any person who has failed, who is scared. Sometimes I see people, they come to my DM and they say, oh, please, what business can I start with 2 million? I mean, a business that will be paying me monthly. Please, I'm scared to fail. I'm scared to lose.
Welcome to another edition of the Entrepreneurs Connect show. And as always, we're here talking about African entrepreneurs, real stories, the successes, the failures, the challenges, and the lessons. Okay, and don't forget, this show is brought to you by the Kaizen Digital Academy. Okay, and if you check the link in the description, you're gonna find more details about Kaizen. Basically, Kaizen is an online education platform where we show you how to make money online. Think about it like Netflix, but for digital education. That said, today we have a very, very special guest in the house. Again, somebody that is dear to my heart, Wendy, Women in Port Harcourt. Welcome, Wendy. How are you doing? Good to see you.
I'm fine. Thank you, Don.
You're supposed to be on episode 1. But somehow, it didn't work out. But this is episode 3, and we're doing it regardless. Thank you very much for being here. I really appreciate.
It's always a privilege.
All right, let us get started. Now, basically, I'm going to be asking you questions around, your entrepreneurial journey.
Okay.
Everything you've done so far, the failures. We're not just talking about the sweet parts. We're talking about everything in between, the failures, the successes, the lessons you learned.
Okay.
And all that. Okay, so just before we go ahead, can we meet you? I've already met you. I know you, but the people that are going to be watching do not really know you. So tell us your story.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Wendy Prince Amadi. I am the founder of Women in Port Harcourt, an online platform that connects buyers and sellers. I also have my own online stores for children, clothes, shoes, and what have you.
What are the names? Come on, plug it in.
Yeah, one is Kiddies. One is Kiddies, is owned by me, and we'll also have a restaurant. One is Kitchen.
Come on.
That's in GRA.
Come on.
Onne Road.
Onne Road, GRA.
Yes.
One is Kitchen.
One is Kitchen, and then we'll also manage a laundry. At Elikaya, the housing estate. That's the OD Garment Care. And the number one that is on board now, I'm currently the proprietress of Brainstorms.
Come on.
Want to enroll your child in pre-nursery, crèche, nursery, primary, and secondary? Brainstorm got you.
Brainstorm Montessori School.
Yes, please.
Beautiful.
And I also have a couple of other things that I do apart from Brainstorm Montessori. I also have mentorship groups that I used to mentor both young ladies and well-matured ladies. I wanted young ladies or single ladies, but everybody said no. You must mentor all of us. So I do that too from time to time. I also host trainings and the most talked about business owners hangouts, meetup. Yes, I am the anchor.
Beautiful. So, Wendy, how did this whole journey start for you? Were you always into entrepreneurship, or how did it start?
Okay, for me, I think it started from my mom, which is, she has been doing a lot of things. She owned a restaurant. She had a grocery store.
Which grocery is that? That grocery definition has changed.
Yeah, when it comes to noodles.
Okay, so it's not the grocery thing. It's not Gary. It's grocery and floating berries.
Okay, so I saw her do a lot of all of those things, and it really inspired me. My dad was a 9-to-5 person, and he's 9-to-5 people, they are like routine like people. He goes to work, comes back, rest, watch TV, help you do your assignment. But my mom, she was all over the place, like doing a lot of things at the same time, and most times I get to assist. So I think that was where everything started from. I had that flair. So even at a very young age, I always wanted to learn new things. You get. I always wanted to learn new things. I was friends with the hairdressers so that they can allow me stay in their shop and learn how to make hair.
Wow.
And I had one auntie. I'll just beg her, auntie, can I come and help you wash plates? Just because I wanted to see how she makes the meat pie and chin. You understand? So I just took advantage of my environment. Then we had a lot of people into business, and that really inspired me to do these things. And there's something about business, the challenges. Most people don't know about that part.
Yeah.
But I saw that. I saw that sometimes my mom is understaffed. You see, the challenges around it. Sometimes the money is not coming in as it should. Sometimes, the sales are not coming in as they should.
So you got exposed to all these things early.
Exactly. So when people come and say, oh, I've not sold for 1 month, I say, calm down. It's like that. You understand? But people who have not experienced these things firsthand, they don't understand.
Would you say that's played a role in how you manage your different businesses today?
Yes. And I grew up with this I can do spirit, and anything that you can't do is because you do not want to do it. That's how I see things. And then I think my educational background also helped.
What did you study in school?
International law and diplomacy from Babcock University. And the way Babcock taught us was kind of different. You have to stand up for yourself at all the times. When you set exams, you can't bring in what is inside textbook. They're asking you what you think.
Oh, wow.
They're not asking you whose law is this or what. They're asking you, what do you think about this? So most of the times, because I had to deal with international laws, like laws binding different countries together. So whenever there is a war going on, I already know my exam questions because they're going to ask me why this war is happening, or what I think would have been done differently to avert this war. So whenever there were problems, or maybe someone goes into another person's territory, bomb something, so we were made to always think for ourselves. And entrepreneurship was a full course for like 1 full year. Which your project is, you need to come out and tell them what you want to do and how you want to execute it. You need to bring out your business plan. And I tell you the truth, a lot of us who did that course in school, some of them, the businesses that they did back then, they're still doing it till now. I know of Wale. Wale is still selling cars till now. Wow. That was part of it. Then Dami, if to get Dami's 2 piece now, you should be ready to part with like 20K. And she has been doing it till now. So I can mention, is it TD Dog? Then in school, he used to make this. So those are the people that took the entrepreneurship course seriously. Yes, out of the school premises, and they're all doing well. TD Dog, he does leather shoes and all of that. And I think when I was in year 1, he was in year 4. So, and now to get even just a wallet is like 100K from him. So a lot, exactly. Now, a lot of us, I think what did I do that time? I think then people were not really allowed to bring in printers. And then my dad now brought me a printer. So when I told them it was for my project and all of that, so they allowed me. And then I was not printing for everybody.
You're doing business center.
So I was doing business center. That was my own project. So you basically
ran a business in school.
Exactly. So I was doing it. Everybody, people were meeting me. Some people go and meet your friend. Oh, please beg her to reduce money for us and all of that. So that too really helped a lot of us.
Yeah. So you left school. What next? Did you start the Women in Port Harcourt brand immediately? Or what led to you starting this WIP brand?
Okay. I've been a fan of my comfortability first, amongst every other thing. And, as a person, for you to be able to achieve a lot of things, there are a lot of things that you need to delegate. A lot of things need to be done by other people while you focus on the main things. And, I'm someone who loves to shop online. That was the first thing. I'm someone who loves to shop online. I don't need to go to anywhere physical. I can be at work, and everything I need to make soup with should be in the house already waiting for me. You understand? So, and then when I came online to purchase, some of these essentials that I need, I'll only be seeing Lagos, Abuja. London, US. So it was a bit of a challenge for me. So that was when I was talking with one of my friend, Mandy. We were in my sitting room that day. That was March 14th, 2018. So, and we talked about it, and I was like, I'm not seeing these vendors here, and it's a bit of a challenge. I was like, come on, start something now. Let's see how we can gather everybody together. And I started, and it was more like I was in everybody's mind, like, please, I'm looking for this, and people started sending me, things that they were looking for, places they wanted to be in, and all of that. And before I knew what was going on, even the vendors started coming themselves and said, please, you need to put me out there. I think a lot of people are making requests for my own service. You understand? So that was how it started. And another thing too that really helped was I'm a techie person, right? So it was not difficult to navigate through the apps to make the work easier for me and all of that. So I think that really helped me, because I think my dad exposed us to computer at a very tender age.
Yeah, I mean, and parents that do that, you have to be grateful for them. The first time I ever used a computer, I was in nursery 3. The first time I ever used a computer, and that played a very key role in whatever I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
So beautiful. So that's how the Women in Port Harcourt
exactly. That was how it started. Yes.
So how has it been so far? Talking to people, being the middle woman sometimes, mediating. I see you every time, mediating between vendor and buyer. How are you able to do everything you do today? I mean, you're a mother, you have 3 kids. How are you able to do everything you do today and still manage the Women in Port Harcourt brand successfully?
Okay, like I said, I always delegate. And when I delegate, I take my time to let people understand what I want from them. Okay. Right? I remember when I first, took in people to help me manage the page. It wasn't easy because they were coming with their own personal traits. So someone comes in the DM and tries to abuse me, or use some kind of words, and they're like, Mama, I'm going to reply this woman. She can't talk to you like that. Like they were ready to fight and all of that. So, and then I called them and said, no, just leave her. They will get angry. No, now, why would she talk to you like that? Does she know you from, and this is like 4 years together. I tell you now, if somebody comes to the DM to misbehave, they will do the same thing Wendy would do. They will tell her, I beg, leave her, I beg. We don't have time for others people. God, block her. You understand? Because there's no, you don't give room for all of these things. Yeah. You start to abuse somebody, you start exchanging words. And for me, I wasn't trained that way. You understand? I feel like there are other ways to resolve problems than, fighting all the time. So that really helped me because they understood what I was all about. They understood how, how we Wendy do this thing. That's what they do. You understand? Because I made them understand not everybody will even know that it's not me they're talking to. Yeah. So you need to sound like Wendy. You need to do that. It's only people who are really, my friends, that if they enter my DM, they know that it's not me. But if you don't know me before, you probably think most of the times you're talking to Wendy. You understand? And then it really helped. And at some point, when I knew that some things were becoming overwhelming, when brainstorm came into the picture and all of that, I had to get like a personal assistant. So why did I do that? I wanted someone who knows everything that I know. Oh, Wendy, we need your CV. She has it. Oh, Wendy, we need your personal list. I have someone to send you to. And truthfully, it really helped me because, like, for instance, we had to get the website. And, they were disturbing me. Where's the content? And where's the time to sit down, to prepare this content? But, when she came, I said, oh, see this, get all this content out and, give me a sample, I'll edit it, and you go back to time. So it was really helping me, to achieve more. Sometimes I want to talk about something, I want to go there. So, hey, babe, do the research. And she does the research and comes back to me and say, this is what I researched on this particular topic. Baby's
smart though.
Yeah, she's very smart. So that's really, really helped me. And I'm a very good time manager. I manage my time very, very
I see
well.
that when you have an appointment with somebody and
I
person not showing
don't
up,
miss it.
you're itching.
I'm itching. Don't waste my time, because that 30 minutes, I know what I can achieve within that 30 minutes. You understand? So, time manager, very strict with my time. If I say today is content creation, I don't pick any other call apart from my father or my husband until I'm done with what I'm doing. Because if I miss it, a lot is at stake for me. I might miss a deadline, and that means I'm losing money. And I'm not ready to lose money. So I'm very strict with my time. You know, I make sure that also, while dealing with all of these brands, if there's something that I cannot meet up with, I pre-inform.
Okay.
You understand? And so that, you know, I have good relationship with everybody that I'm working with.
Now, this question is interesting because a lot of entrepreneurs talk about the good times, the sweet times, being able to achieve this, being able to do this amount and all of that. But have you started any business that failed before?
Will I say it failed? I wouldn't necessarily say it failed because I was doing well. I had Wendy Cake Pops.
Okay.
It was...
Wendy Cake Pops?
Yes.
What was it about?
Cake Pops, they are like cakes on a stick. They're like lollipop,
Like,
but they are cake.
like stick sweets.
But it's cake. Instead of sweet, it's cake that you have on top.
Oh, okay.
So, but I don't think it was a failed business because I was getting the orders. Which you get. I think what happened was when I started giving birth, I couldn't. You understand? Because sometimes if you ask bakers, most of the times is in the night they get to do the whole decor and all of that. So I think I wasn't able to manage.
Okay, you were doing the baking yourself.
Yes, I was doing it. It was just new, so I was doing it myself, and it's not something that you needed an assistant just immediately. The only assistant that I had was my brother-in-law. Then he helped me deliver, and I was staying on net.
Oh.
So it was a bit of a challenge, you know, delivering to Port Harcourt, because that cake was, it was, what would I call it now? It's a bit mild, made from chocolate. So sun or light to start melting.
Oh.
So it was a bit of a challenge. So I won't say it failed, but I was the one who, you know, ended it because I wasn't able to manage it on my own. And it was not a kind of business that I could just bring somebody in. You understand? So I think that's just one. Then I've done shoes and clothes for adults. But I think that thing too is management. I wasn't able to manage it because my office, they were moving me from this location to that location, and I didn't really have capable hands.
So you started by working in 9 to 5 first?
Yes, when I left, I was working 9 to 5. That was when I worked in Nigeria LNG as an employee service assistant. So I was there for like 4 years. And it was even when I was working that I had those businesses. The shoes and bags, that was when I was working with them. I was doing that, but because they were transferring me too much, it was a bit of a challenge, so I had to kill it. Then also the same thing, you know, sometimes when you're not there, I had Wendy's Beauty Palace. It was the salon. So I wasn't there to manage it. So it was a bit of a challenge since I was not really based in Port Harcourt. So I had to close that too. But I really did well, you know, and assuming I left it, I'm sure I would have done better. But I knew what most people, the problem is, some people don't even know what their problem is. I knew what my problems were, and I knew that I couldn't manage it. So I just had to shut it down. Instead of pumping money, and money is not coming out.
How do you react to failure? So you start a project, and it's looking like the project is not working out. How do you respond to that?
Well, you know, when I got to, what did they call this school again? UST. I first went to UST. I stayed there for 1 semester before I left. I wanted to actually study law, and then something happened. I think that was when they changed the rules and said you must have a C in maths. And unfortunately, I had a D in maths. So I prayed, I casted, and I binded, hoping that something was going to change. Nothing changed. So I had to leave the school at some point. I went to Babcock. And, you know, that particular thing, it changed me a bit. It's just like whenever you try something and it doesn't work, don't kill yourself, just move forward. So that's how I started reacting to failure. For me, once I tried, there are things that I've started on WIP that I did not complete.
Yeah.
Because I feel like this thing is not all about me. It's all about me and these people. So if I'm bringing something to their table and they're not buying it, so why am I forcing it? There are things that I've brought to the table, I didn't need to shout too much. Everybody keyed into it. So sometimes when you do these things and nobody is keying into it, it's just to go back. You get, and okay, let me look at this thing again. Are you sure I'm using the right words to talk about this thing? Are you sure, I'm doing these things rightly? So for me, when I feel like something is not working, I check if really I've done everything and it's not working, then I just kill it and move on.
You know, the thing with failure is it makes people afraid sometimes. So, for example, you try to do something, it did not work, it affects how you try to do the next thing. How does it happen to you, first of all? How do you fight that?
Everything is the mindset. Like, it was very easy for me to point out all the problems that I had in those businesses because I monitor what I do. I monitor my success. I monitor my failures. Yeah. So when it happens, like sometimes I'm trying to sell off something and it's not working, I just go back to the drawing board. Okay, what can I do differently? Who do I meet someone? Do I collaborate? Do I call someone else in? That's what I do. Because for me, there's no, problem that doesn't have any solution. When I mean solution might be shutting it down too. So that's what happens to me. So anything that fails right now, I've built myself to that extent that it's not going to stop me from making the next move. Do you understand? Like when I started planning this Transform Your Business with Wendy, some things went down and it should have been enough reason for me to say, oh, let me shut this down. I'm not doing this again. I'm not doing that again. But man, life goes on. You understand? And that you have life alone in you is enough reason to try different things. People who are in the grave, they can't try again. But you have the opportunity. So any person who has failed, who is scared, sometimes I see people, they come to my DM and they say, oh, please, what business can I start with 2 million? I mean a business that will be paying me monthly. Please, I'm scared to fail. I'm scared to lose money. And I'm like, sister, you need to go back to the drawing board. Every business person will lose money at some point. So, like somebody came to meet me and said, she wants to do business. Business is not for everybody. It's only 9 to 5. I can thrive and all of that. And I told her, I said, see, don't even start any business. Go and stay with a business person. Let the person allow you to see what the person is making. When the person is losing, let the person allow you see everything. Let's see if your mindset will change first. Because some people, what is killing their business is the mindset. They are seeing this thing, they are already seeing it as a failure. So in that kind of scenario, when you now start the business and maybe 2 weeks nobody has entered your store, you understand? That means you want to shut down immediately.
Thank you for that answer, Wendy. That was like super, super profound. So your failures should not define you. No. And then bear it in mind that you're going to fail at some point. You're going to lose money at some point.
It comes with it.
Oh, beautiful. So it's not a rosy journey. There are highs and lows.
It's not. If we begin to explain everything, why most of the times when we that have people who look up to us refuse to talk a lot about the failures is because it will scare some people. Do you understand? So it's not like we don't want. That's why we talk about it, but once in a while. It's not every day we want to talk about it. Because there's nothing that you want to do in this life that's 100%. It's only God that is 100%. But every other thing, so far as it's man-made, at some point or the other, you will feel one of all these frictions.
What would you say has been your biggest challenge since you started this whole business and entrepreneurship thing? Your biggest challenge, and how did you overcome it?
My biggest challenge. I'm having one challenge now. Okay, brainstorm is there and I need to fill up the school with new students. Okay, well, the biggest challenge that I've had.
When life won't change am for you, omo, you sef gas to wake up and do life something. Go kaizenacademy.co today. Go learn skill wey go make money dey enter your hand so you sef go fit do life something. Kaizen Academy
Is not staffing. I think I do well with my staff. Maybe I think the only place like I say I have a challenge most of the time is women in Port Harcourt. You know, getting people to understand this is why you need to do this to succeed. For some people, they want shortcuts all the time. No, WIP, if you just talk about it. And I'm telling you, go and put your page in all that. But you're not listening to me. You're just telling me, oh, WIP, no. I know if you put it on your page, people will buy because it's you, because it's you, because it's you. And they're doing this because it's you, and most of them is not working. And then another challenge is being out there in the public eye is not easy.
Have you always been a crowd person? Like, you have an event now, 300, 500, 1,000 people.
Yeah. Well, no, I think not really, but I know that I sing.
Okay.
I sing most of the times in public.
Oh.
I've
And on
sang
TikTok?
at stadiums.
And on TikTok.
And on TikTok.
Okunere.
I sang at stadiums. I was the music director of Bangkok Mass Choir.
Oh, wow.
Yes, back in school.
Why we never release album now?
I have like 2 singles.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Don't worry, I will soon answer that call very soon. So I think I've always been like in the public eye. Yeah, maybe because of the talents that I have.
Yeah.
I would say it's my talent because I know that when you call me to talk in public, I didn't really have that morale. But if you call me to sing in public, yes, I can perform.
Zone. Okay.
So I think one of the things that Women in Port Harcourt has done for me is being able to express myself and talk in public. So, and another thing is, yes, I'm in the public eye, but you know, some people just be choking eye in what does not concern, you know, them. Some people go to harass my friends and
That's crazy.
my family members and all of that. So it's really, and then some people, you just wake up in the morning and somebody's in your DM asking you for money and threatening to kill his or herself. You know, that thing alone, like the first or second time I had that experience, it was really somehow for me. And then also being exposed to people's problems.
Yeah, a lot of it.
It can take
And
you know,
secrets. And
exactly. So and you sometimes your own family members will not call you, not be looking and be wondering, I hope this person is not doing this kind of thing to me at my back. So those kind of things too. It really, and then sometimes you get to hear things that, oh, Wendy, you did this, Wendy, you did that, and you know, sometimes you've not even had a one-on-one with these people who go about saying different things about you and your family member. You don't even know them, and all of that. So I think that was one of the major challenges, trying to not let those things make me run away.
Now, I mean, you started this brand from zero, right?
Yes.
0 followers. You are at over 80K the last time I checked.
Yeah,
No?
it's about 84,000.
84,000 followers.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Now, you started from zero, somebody that was unknown. Now, so something happened to me like a few weeks ago, and it happens to me now regularly.
Okay.
You go somewhere, and somebody walks up to you and, "You Joseph Don, I know you now. I follow you." And I'm like, Jesus Christ. And I'm just like, I'm 19K on Twitter, I'm 12K on Facebook and all that. You're 84,000 followers. How do you react to that now when everybody knows you from? You can't hide, literally.
No, I can't. Like one day in my children's school, one woman saw me. So she said, she was shouting, "Precious is marketing. Precious is marketing." So I was just looking at her. She's not like, "Don't I know you?" I was like, "Ma, I don't know. You're calling somebody else's name, and I don't know. Were you trying to say women?" And, hey, now you should know what I'm talking about. You're a public figure. You should know when somebody's trying to get you. I was like, sorry, ma. It's not like that. So it happens sometimes. I'm even with my family. and everybody just comes, push.
They
don't even see him. And what he does, he will just adjust the seat. So, your people ask. So, and sometimes you're even in the market and something like, WIP, you come to the market. And I'm like, I don't understand.
Am I not a human being?
You get all of that. So I'm used to it, and I try my best to make everybody feel very comfortable, because I've had some people say, "Oh, I greeted you, you did not hear me, you did not answer me," and all of that. And I'm like, if I did not answer you, most times it's a crowded place. Everybody is rushing. Oh, want to take pictures, and all of that. So obviously I did not hear you. And for some people, they've carried that on their head against me.
So that she's proud.
You understand? Exactly. She's proud, she's this, she's that, she's that. But sincerely, I'm not that kind of person.
She's not that kind of person.
I always say it, that whatever I do here is a privilege. Anybody could have been WIP. Do you get? Anybody could have been WIP. So it's a privilege to serve. And so I don't think it's a right platform for me to try to bully anybody or make somebody feel like, oh, I'm bigger than you or something. So I think but I flow with it, but just that, sometimes some people come and, they are coming with that energy and spirit, and, I'm just calm, and they're like, is it not one woman comforted me the other day? Is it not the same you on Instagram, like jumping and dancing? Why are you not looking at? I said, man.
You don't understand that it's not the same thing.
I said, man, see, that one, we are just acting. We are acting a role.
It's different from real life.
It's different. Man, I talk very, she was like, man, I talk very gently. I don't, she was like, now wow. I said, so some people expect to see that, but it's a different ball game altogether. I've always been an introvert.
But when it comes to business, you're
I knew that being an introvert in this kind of position will not work. There will be lots and lots of misconceptions about me. You understand? So I just had to break out. I had to break out, attending events and all of that. Before, you can't see me anywhere. I'm always indoors. You understand? But with this thing, which is what I always tell my people, if you want to succeed at what you're doing, you can't keep saying I'm this and that. You understand? You expect everybody to understand. No, it cannot work. There are people who know me that when they see me, they're like, are you serious? WIP is talking. Do you understand? And like, I had a friend, then we were serving in NLNG. Wumi doesn't talk. Like, Wumi's always calm. In fact, then I think I was more outspoken than Wumi. And then one day I went on Ebony Live and she was the host. I was like, oh my God. So people can change. So I'm like, if Wumi can do this, who am I? You understand? And, that's just it. I just went with the flow.
Now you have 3 children. Right. You're out there every day putting up content, making videos. You see your TikTok shenanigans and all that. How do you manage to do all that with these little humans around?
Well, it's like I said, I have the content days.
Okay.
So if I have to do content days, I do it when they are not in the house.
Okay.
So they don't get to witness all of that. So most of the times, ask her, they'll just take my phone and they'll be asking, Mommy, when did you do this? Where did you do this? Where did you do that? So I really don't put them or in fact, my husband has never seen me shooting anything.
Are you serious?
Any TikTok video in my house. He has never seen me.
Even the ones where we know that it's about that you used to use.
Exactly. So he has never seen me. He made some people that like Wahala, they will go and be forwarding the video to him. But shooting in the house, I usually do those shooting when nobody's around, so that there's no distraction. So in 2 hours, I might have just 2 to 3 hours, and I can shoot 9 and just save. Like I have content bank that I just save everything, and when it's time,
start bringing it out.
Exactly, or when I'm not in the mood for doing it, like this week now, I can say, oh, I don't want to dance, I don't want to do anything, so I'll just go out there and look for one.
Bring a video where you dance.
Exactly, I'll just bring it out. And just
social media,
put it out there. And sometimes they don't see all these things, but it's not every time you want to laugh.
Exactly.
It's not every time you want to be jumpy. They might have annoyed you in the house. You understand? So that happens from time to time.
Now, you run businesses in almost every industry. I mean, you're in food,
I'm talking with
you're in
everybody.
hospitality, and you even mentioned that you're in hospitality, you
Yes.
have a laundry, you have a school,
Yes.
you're a business consultant. Somebody's trying to go into business, into entrepreneurship right now. What would be the top 3 tips you give them?
Well, number 1, get ready. It's going to be a bumpy ride. But if you have your seat belts on, you won't fall off. What do I mean? Know what you're doing, know what you want. Very, very important. You want to start a business, please have a business plan. It's very weird for me when business owners, already existing business owners, come to ask me, who are my audience? And I begin to wonder, is it that you just saw people buying things and you just went to buy? So please, all these things are very important. Have a business plan. And number 3, for those people who want to work with other people, please take time and teach people what you expect from them. Because I've noticed that some people just put you there, you don't even know what you want from the staff, and then you begin to complain that this staff does not know what to do. Have you taken your time to explain? Have you taken your time to train? Have you spelled out what you really want? That's why most of them get frustrated with the staff. I'm not talking about bad staff. I'm talking about people who already have good people, but they feel like those people are not really productive enough. So please be very careful about the people you want to work with, and please do not stop. Don't manage any bad staff. You can kill your business faster. Don't manage bad staff. Keep hiring and firing. It's part of it comes with the business. Until you get good hands that you know these ones are capable. There are people like Dripples. I see them do long service awards for their staff. Some staffs they have stayed there 10 years, 5 years, 20 years. Do you get? So watch, understudy these kind of people. How are they managing their staff? You understand? What do they do differently? You understand? You have people, when it comes to staffing, it's more like people around you. How do you treat people around you? You understand? How do you entice people around you? The same thing you do in your house, that's what you are meant to do there. Do you understand? You want your kids to do the assignment. Sometimes we get to lure them with lollipop, all of that. So that's the same thing you do to your staff. You understand? You can't look at some people now, you go for lunch, only you are eating, your staff is just looking at you. You understand? Little things like that. It makes people comfortable around you. Sometimes it now becomes not about the money. I was talking to one of my staff the other day. He said, "Ma, I like it here. It's not even about the money, but the fact that I can drink water and drop my cup and nobody's on my ass 24/7. Okay. Do you understand? So it's really, really important. Pastor said it the other day in church. He said, for some people, their businesses are failing because their personal life and everything is reflecting in the business. Now, what do I mean? You're a troublesome person to reflect. You are not at the front desk when you know you're a troublesome person. So every little thing gets to you and you react. It's going to show there. You are someone who is not principled and disciplined. It will reflect in the business. You understand? The fact is you might want to start blaming others. You might want to start blaming your staff. But sometimes look at yourself. Look at what you do.
Yeah, so great points. I've observed you over time, and I see that there are people that do similar things to what you do. And instead of quote-unquote competing, I see you build relationships with them, and I see you collaborate with them. How are you able to do that?
I tell people, what we do here is not forever. I look forward to bigger things. You understand? I look forward to bigger things. And most of these people are young ladies.
Yeah.
You understand? And for me, they come close to me. I don't know the real intentions. Let me just say I don't know. But the intentions that they have shown to me, I feel like, it's good. People want to learn from you. people want to, do what you are doing and even do it better. So for me, I don't think it's the right time to start pushing people away because we're in the same niche, right? And for me, WIP is bigger than me right now. You understand? And I started something, and like I always say, to be a thing of joy that maybe if I decide to relocate one day and I want to get something in Nigeria or I want to get something in Port Harcourt, there's a page like this I can go to. You understand? And for people to summon courage to say they want to do something, it takes a lot. And I really don't want to be the one to say, oh, no, stay one side, we are doing the same thing. You understand? So I just give everybody the platform to fly. Like I said before, there was a post I made where I talked about being happy that I have lots of other pages like mine because it decongested the traffic of WIP. I want to buy this, I want to buy this. Now they have other places to go. So we are taking less of that now, which was like in a day we could do like 70, 100, because then it was just me and all of that. So them springing up, for me, it's not, I don't see it like a competition.
How are you able to build relationships though? I see your relationships with like different people and all that.
Well, when I see people, the first thing that comes to my mind when people come close to me is, what can I do to you that you cannot forget me? That's what I think. You get? And there are things that I've done for some people that they cannot forget me. There are things, that's why when some people say, oh, they get angry, oh, why are they giving her this? Why? You don't know our story. You don't know the sacrifices I've had to make for these people. Yeah. You understand? So that's the kind, and we live in a world where people always want to take from you. People always want to take from you. So I decided to be different. Instead of me being the taker this time around, let me be the giver. So I look for ways that I can help. It's not even about the money. So far as you have shown me that you are serious about this business and all of that, it can be a one-time payment, and I'll work for you till as long as that page is there. You see, sometimes you really can't explain how you end up on my stories most of the time. You understand?
I just wake up and I say that.
You see me exactly. So that's just me, basically. I just want everybody, everybody is okay, because for me, I'm not really happy when people call me for different problems. So all of us should be winning, so that nobody will disturb my own money.
Now this is the last question. What is your attitude to saving and investments? Now that's because a lot of entrepreneurs run businesses, but they cannot explain where the money goes. Right? And you're making sales, but you can't explain it. So how do you save money? How do you invest money in your different businesses?
Okay, savings and investment is very essential. It's very good for everybody. But at the same time, right? I'm just being realistic. Yeah. For some businesses, for them to see real profit, it can take up to 5 years. Sure, you know that. So the only thing is, I don't want people beating themselves because they feel like, oh, I've been doing this business, I've not been able to buy table, I need you to be sure that what you're doing is quite profitable. I need you to be sure that you are actually doing everything that you're supposed to do for that business to thrive. Savings and investment is very, very essential. Start at your level. Do you get? We have a lot of apps that are doing all this investment where they can take from your bank accounts and all of that directly to save for you. They also have, I've seen most investment opportunities there and there. And for me, sometimes I venture into it. For me too, sometimes I plan ahead. Which is, I think that option is always better for me. I can go and meet somebody and say, oh, I like this thing, so how much is this land? And it's X amount of naira. I said, okay, I'll just go back and do my own, math and come back to it. Yeah. That's how I pay for a lot of stuff that I do. That's how I host my events, through savings. once this event closes or finishes, the savings for the next one is already reading already. You understand? So yes, it's very good if the resources are coming in, but at the same time, allow the business to build. You understand? Not a business that have not really gained grounds. You are not pulling out money in for savings and investment. So allow it to the extent that the business can run on its own without you adding your personal funds in it. But as a business owner, please, you must always have savings one way or the other, because things can happen. You know, I see sometimes some of the people who do this drop shipping, and maybe they sell out something and the customer doesn't like it, and the customer is coming back and asking for a refund. There's always wahala. And I keep asking, is it that immediately you sold the thing, you've not even wait for the customer to say, it's okay, oh, thank you. And the next thing you have scattered the whole money and everything. And then you can't pay. And because you know you can't pay, you now start causing problem. So that the person will tell you, I leave you in the hand of God. So please always have that, because you know me now that you know sometimes I get to work with people 100,000, 200, 500, 1 million. If I don't have savings and somebody comes and say, oh, I've changed my mind, oh, give me back my money, what am I going to do? Somebody will start dragging me for 1 million or drag me for 500 and all that. So it's very,
and that's the key lesson there, right? Don't go into a spending spree once you get paid for something. Okay, deliver the service first, finish the delivery right before you touch the money.
Be sure that everything is okay. Your client has received the product, he has tried the shoe and clothes, and everything is okay before you can now use that money to do. You know, most of the time what happens is a lot of people are always spending money that they've not seen. So once it comes just like that.
I get it. This has been like a very, very, very interesting conversation. Interesting conversation. So there may be like women watching this right now who may want more. How can they get more from you?
Okay, you can follow me on my Instagram page, Women in Port Harcourt. We also have a group of vendors on Facebook, Women in Port Harcourt Figure 1. You can join us there. And we also have trainings and conferences from time to time. Like we have another one coming up on the 9th of September. That's Transform Your Business with Wendy. So you can always send us a message to be a part of this. It's a practically free training. Yes, I call it a free training because all you have to pay is just $15 to get your seat and your certificate of attendance at the end of the day. So if you want to hear more, that's where I drop all the content, educative, informative, and entertaining content. Just follow me on Instagram at Women in Port Harcourt.
Thank you very much. I've had a lovely time here, and I'm sure the people who have been watching have had a lovely time as well. So guys, we've come to the end of today's episode of the Entrepreneurs Connect show. Make sure you like this video, leave a comment, share it, and most importantly, come back here next week, Friday, for more. I'll see you again next time. Take care of yourself, everybody, and cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye.